Let's start the recording. Okay, Jairus, no more football playing already. Got to start already. Okay, question one, the answer is number four. Okay, and why is it number four? You want to round off the nearest hundredth. Hundredth means two decimal place. So, what is your two decimal place? How do you round off the two decimal place? Now, you will have to draw a line to show how a two decimal look like. Okay, let me just admit somebody. So when you draw a line, this is how a two decimal place look like. Then you look at the digit near the line and you round up because it's five and bigger. So round up and you will get 291.61. That is your nearest two decimal place. So hundred means what? Two decimal place. Okay? Okay, for Brandon may not have time to let you copy down everything, but don't worry, there'll be recording, so you can watch the recording to copy down later. Okay, it's more for those who have got the answer wrong, then you record. Then you write down the corrections if you have a mistake. Okay, number two, the answer is what? The answer is number three. So how do you change the mixed number into a decimal? 4 and 3 over 100, you can actually break up into whole numbers, which is 4.0. Okay, that's a decimal. 3 over 100 will be 0.03. And then what do? Then you just plus them together. Now, don't do mental sum if you are not good with decimal. You should try to do working so that you don't make any careless mistake. Right? Then put the zero in the blank space, and that's how you get 4.03. But if you're good, then you can just put the answer immediately. If you're not sure, break up into bonds, okay, into number bonds. Okay, let's go to next one. Question number three. The answer is number four. How many quarters are there in five holes? Now, one hole is four quarters. Okay, one hole. So if there are five holes, well, you can actually write down like this: one hole, one hole, one hole. So now you got five holes already, right? So if there are five holes, how many quarters are there? You just add all the fractions and you will get 20 quarters. So is there a shortcut to do this? Yeah, there's a shortcut to do this. All right. The shortcut is four quarter, which is one whole, then just times five. Okay, times five. And then what do? Just multiply your fraction. 5 times 4, 20. 4 times 1, 4. Then you divide, you will get 5 quarters. So there are 5. How many quarters? Wait. Sorry, 20. Oh, actually, Miss Tan should not do that. I think I should not do this. I should not take 4 quarter times 5 because it's a bit, it gives a different answer. Okay, I should not do this. This is not a good way to do it. Okay, so what is one whole? One whole is one whole is four quarters. That's one whole, four quarter. So if you have five holes, then you just add all the one holes together. That's how you get 20 quarters. Okay, forget what Mr. Ong say, the shortcut. I should not be doing this. Okay, don't do this. This is not the not the correct way to get because you get a different answer. So this will be what we will do. Okay, four quarter plus four quarter, keep on adding, you get 20 quarters already. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, number four, the answer will be number three. Okay, shortcut. Is there a shortcut for this? Even though it's a 1 mark question. A baker packed three muffins in a box. He sold each box of muffin for $2.60. How much money did he receive after selling 120 muffins? You will have to go and find how many boxes did he sell. So 120 muffin will be how many boxes? You go and divide by 3 in a box. Shortcut, cover the 0. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Put back the 0. There will be 40 boxes. And how much is 40 boxes? You take $2.60 times 40. And is there a shortcut also? Yes. You take $2.60 times, break up into number bonds, 4 and 10. All right, 4 times 10. All right, so that's how you do easier. The working is a bit easier when you break up into number bonds. $2.60 times 4, you do your working. And if you do your working correctly, so I won't show the working for this because I think you know how to multiply. You will get how much? $10.40. And then you need to times 10. Right, times 10. So you have to shift the decimal point to the right. So shift right one time. And what is your decimal now? Or what is your answer now? 104.00. So how much is 40 boxes, which is $104. Okay, that is how you get the answer like that. Okay, 1 mark considered quite simple, not very hard to do. Okay, let's go to question number five. Now, question number five, PSLE question. Okay, this is your 1 mark PSLE question. So the fraction is made of three squares. What fraction of the figure is shaded? Okay, now quite a bit hard. You will have to do something like cut and paste. Like, do you realize that you can cut this and paste here? Yeah, because they are actually identical. But how do you know? Did I assume? No, you didn't assume. Because if you look at this, this is like a rhombus, by the way. It's a rhombus, right? So what do you realize? If it's a rhombus, then you have two triangles that are identical, right? Two triangles that are identical, and the triangle and the other triangle, they are symmetric. They are actually symmetric. So this and this is the same. So this cross that I mark out here and over here, they are actually symmetric. They are identical. So you can actually cut and paste. So when you cut and paste, what will happen? You will have one shaded triangle already. And how many triangles can you see in the entire rectangle? So in the entire rectangle, if you notice carefully, you can actually cut into six triangles. So the whole rectangle is made of six triangles. One triangle is shaded, so 1 over 6 is shaded. Answer number 2. Did anyone get answer number 2? Okay, not many, Yeah, those who didn't get, maybe you didn't realize that you can cut and paste. So there's a method here called cut and paste. Okay? All right, let's go to question number 6. Question number 6, your answer is number 2. Okay, number 2. And how do you find the area of XYZ? You must recognize which triangle are you looking at, which is this entire triangle. So where's the base? The base is usually horizontal, which is 18 cm, and the height is right angle to the base. So you have half times base times height. Okay, cancel, divide by 2, divide by 2. Then 9 times 5 is 45. And that's how you get number 2. Okay, how about the 1 over 1? The 1 over 1 you can ignore because 1 divided by 1 is still 1. So we can ignore that. Okay, that's question 6. Now, question 7, I hope by now you should know how to get question 7. Question 7, the answer is number 2. Okay, number 2. And how to get your percentage? You write as what fraction. What fraction of the friends he invited were girls? So how many friends? Which is the denominator. And how many girls? 32 minus 20 boys, you will get 12 girls. 12 over 32. Okay, now there are a few ways to get a percentage. You can make the denominator 100, or you can just multiply by 100%. So there are two ways, okay? Two ways to get your percentage. So let's try to make the denominator 100. Get the simplest form, right? So divide by 4, and you will get 3 over 8, and then you are stuck. You are stuck because how can 8 become 100? But Mr. Ong told you already, 8 is a special number. You can multiply by 125 to get 1000. And then on top, you also multiply by 125. And what is 3 times 125? You do working, you will get 375. And your denominator is not yet 1000. What must you do? You must divide by 10 to get back your 100. Your denominator must be 100. So 1000 divided by 10 is 100. 375 divided by 10 is what? 375 divided by 10. There is no decimal point, so create a decimal point. And then you shift left one time, and you will get 37.5. So your fraction is 37.5 over 100. So what is the percentage? The percentage is on top. Once your denominator is 100, your answer is on top already, which is 37.5%. Let me double check. Is there a mistake there? What did I put number 2? The answer is number 3. Sorry, it's number 3. Okay, so do you get the answer correct now? Okay, we not put the answer wrongly. So the answer is number 3. Okay, right? Okay, but how about the other way of getting percentage? How about the other way? Now, the other way is also easy. Change the whole number to fraction, cancel, cancel. So divide by 4, you can get 8, and then 100 divided by 4, you get 25. Can you cancel some more? 8 divided by 4 again, you get 2. 12 divided by 4, you get 3. Cannot cancel already, what do? Then you multiply. 3 times 25, you get how many? 3 times 25, you will get 75, right? 75. And then 2 times 1, you will get 2. And then go and do your dividing. So if you do your dividing, you will still get back the same answer. So there are two ways to get your percentage. You can either make the denominator 100 or you times 100%. Okay, two ways to get percentage. Okay, let's go to question number 8. Okay, don't worry if you haven't copied yet. But if you have a mistake, must copy. If you have a mistake. For Brandon, it's okay if you can't copy everything. Okay, let's move on. No questions. We're going to move on to the next one already. Question 8, quite easy. Which two lines are perpendicular? Look for L shape. All right, two lines that form a right angle, which is quite easy to recognize. This and this. All right, quite easy to recognize. So you have AE is perpendicular to DE. So answer number 2. Right, so answer number 2. Quite easy. I hope you didn't get this wrong, because it's really very easy. Okay, rhombus. What do we know about rhombus? Answer question 9. Question 9, the answer is number 1. And what is special about rhombus? Rhombus is made of two isosceles triangle. And not only that, rhombus has all equal side, and the two triangles are identical. So which means that, can you find this angle here? 360 minus 160, 100, and then opposite angle also the same. Okay, then because it's isosceles, so you can take 180. Why 180? Because there's a triangle. 180 minus 100, then divide by 2. 40 and 40. So your answer is number 1. And if you see a rhombus, don't have to think already. Here also same. The other triangle has the same angle. All right, the two triangles have exactly the same angles. So answer number 1. Okay, question 10. Question 10, your answer will be number 3. So how do you find the perimeter of the shaded part? You need to find the arc. What is the circumference of the arc? So 1/4 times pi d. So write down the formula, write down the fraction, because it's 1/4 is a quadrant. So 1/4 times pi, and what's the diameter? This what you see is a quadrant. Quadrant has radius. You will need to take the radius times 2, right, to get the diameter. Then change the whole number to fraction and cancel. So 4 divided by 2, 22 divided by 2, 7 divided by 7, 56 divided by 7. Can you cancel some more? 2 divided by 2, 8 divided by 2, and then cannot cancel already. How you know cannot cancel already? The denominator all become 1. Too small to cancel. Then you multiply the fractions. So 1 times 11 times 4, you get 44, and 1 times 1 times 1. So the circumference is 44, but not the answer, because you need to take 44 plus what? Plus the straight line. There are two straight lines there. So plus 28 plus another 28. That's how you get 100. So I hope you have added the straight lines. Okay, perimeter include the straight lines. Okay, let's go to question 11. Now, Mr. Lee traveled 2.8 kilometer. So how much was the taxi fare? So you need to draw a line. Very important. All right, the line will help you not to make careless mistake. Then there's a total distance, which is 2.8 kilometer. You need to change it to meters. Meters. When you do math, they must all be in the same unit. So change the kilometer to meter, cut the first kilometer, which is 1,000 meter, which is $3.60. And then you got the leftover distance. What is the remainder distance? 1,800 meter. And this is the lesson here. How are you going to find how much is this? Go and find how many groups. How many groups? Okay, one group is 400 meter. One group is 22 cents. So you take 1,800, go and divide by 400. Well, no calculator, no calculator, so you can cancel the zero. Okay, you can cancel the zero. I think we should okay, let's cancel the zeros, and then so that we can maybe do faster. So 1,800 divide by 400, you cancel the zeros. Then 18 divided by 4 is what? 18 divided by 4 is 4, remainder 2. Now what happens when you cancel the zero? Does it mean that there is a remainder 2 meter? There is something dangerous over here. If you cancel the zero, what you get is 4 groups and remainder 2 meter, which is not really true. Okay, not true. Because if you don't cancel the zero, what actually do you get? You will still get 4 groups. If you don't cancel the zero, you still get 4 groups, but the remainder is 200 meters. And this is the remainder distance, which is correct, not this. Okay, but for this question, it doesn't matter because if there's a remainder, that will be another group. Whether what remainder is that, okay, what remainder is that is counted as one group. So you have four groups already, plus another one more group. There will be a total of five groups. Okay, so in this question, just remember, all right, if you cancel the zero, the remainder is not accurate. So you don't cancel the zero and you get the accurate remainder. Okay, but there are total five groups. So if there are five groups, how much? One group is 22 cents, five groups will be $1.10. And then you add all the money together, that will give you the taxi fare, $4.70. Answer number three. Do you get the answer correct? Okay. All right, so this is a part where Mr. must just tell you a little bit if you cancel the zero, what happened? Your answer is the remainder is not accurate. Okay, it's not remainder 2 meter. It's actually remainder 200 meters, left over 200 meter. That is your part thereof. Okay, let's go on to question number 12. Any questions so far before we go on? Any question? A little bit of question, not sure. Raise your hand now. I think we got time to answer a few questions. Okay, the next one, PSLE question. So if you get it correct, then you got your marks for PSLE, 2 marks. Now, a shop gave a discount of $5 for every $30 spent. Mr. Stan bought a jacket and paid $81. So what was the original price of the jacket before the discount? Now, you may find that you don't know how to do, but the thing is about understanding. Do you understand what the question is saying? It means that if you spend $30, then what happened? You get a $5 discount and you pay only how much? You pay only $25. Okay? And Mr. Stan paid $81, $81. So can you go and break up into how many $30 is that? For example, there must be another $30 that she spent, right? That's why she will have another $25. So 25 plus 25 is 50. When you add together, it must be $81. She paid $81. So she paid $25, $25. She must have spent another $30 to get another $25. So 25 plus 25 plus 25 is how much already? $75. So how much still must pay? There is still another $6. But is this after discount? No, it's not after discount. Okay, because why? You must pay $30, then you get $5 discount. But you only pay $6. So no discount. So which means that how much is the original price of the jacket before discount? Then you will have to add all this money together. 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 6. The original price is $96 before the discount. So the answer is number 4. Do you get number 4? No, right? If you didn't, then maybe you didn't really understand the question. Okay, Charlene, got question? Charlene? Got mistake? Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, got mistake is okay, but make sure you understand. So the money that Mr. Stan paid is after discount. So you have to break up into what? You have to break up into 25, 25, 25, and then there's a leftover $6. Then you can actually work backwards, put back the $5 discount, put it back. That will give you the how much you must spend, right, to get the discount. And then put it back, and then you can add the money together, and that is the cost of the jacket with no discount. Okay? All right. Okay. Question 13. Now, question 13, your answer will be number 2. Okay, number 2, question 13. Okay, speed problem. So speed problem, you need to have your triangle. And if it's a simple problem, there's no need to draw model. So Fanny jog at the speed of 6 km per hour, S for speed. The school is 3.5 kilometer distance. What time must she leave so that she arrive at school at 7:15 a.m.? I got the speed, I got the distance, then go and find the time. What is the time taken? Time is equal to distance divided by speed. And if you need to write down the units so that you can see whether they are the same. And then how to divide? And you're stuck because you got no calculator, right? Time is equal to distance divided by speed, right? No calculator. How to take 3.5 divided by 6? Mr. Tan tell you, you can actually divide. Okay, divide. So how to divide? 3.5 divided by 6. Yeah, okay, do this. Okay. And okay, how do we do that? So let's work out. So 0 times 6, 0, you get 3, 5, raise up decimal point. Do you think this is a good idea? Mr. don't know whether it's a good idea to do this. So 5 times 6 is 30, and then you got remainder 5, and then what happened? Seems like there's a recurring decimal. Like you add one more zero, put the zero down, and then 7 times 6, 7 times 6, 40, or 8 times 6, 48, and then like seems like cannot, there's a remainder forever, there's a remainder all the time. So how? So you're stuck, you try to divide and then you got this funny working. Then you need to adapt. Right? What happened in the exam if you divide and then you find that you are stuck here? Then how about changing the decimal into fraction? Then divide by 6. Right, change it into fraction and it might be easier. So lesson here, try to avoid decimal. Don't work in decimal because decimal can be quite hard. So you change the decimal to fraction and then can we do already? So how do we do? Now, so 3.5 become 7 over 2. Keep, then the whole number become a fraction, right? So keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. Okay? And then what do you get? 7 cannot cancel, then you multiply. 7 times 1, 2 times 6. 7 over 12 hour. See? So if you try to divide and you got something very weird working, you have some strange working, then you adapt, change it, do a different way. Change the decimal to fraction, right? Then keep change flip. And you get 7 over 12 hour, which is how many minutes? Make the denominator into a 60, then 12 times 5, and then 7 times 5, 35 over 60. And isn't that 35 minutes? And then you work backwards, right? She arrived in school at 7:15, then you minus 35 minutes. So what time did she left house? She must have left house at 6:40 a.m. Okay? Do you understand? Right. So what was the problem just now? The problem was 3.5 divided by 6. When I try to take 3.5 divided by 6, what happened? Wow, I use my calculator and I get 0.58 dot 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 dot. What happened? How to get your answer like that? And you can't use calculator. So if you're stuck with this dividing, then change it to fraction. So lesson here, don't try to avoid decimal. Don't do decimal. If you can change it to fraction, then use fractions to get the answer. Am I clear? Okay, because I think some of you couldn't do because you try to divide, right? Some of you try to do this and then you stuck already, then you don't know how to do already. Right? Okay, so I show you how to do already. Yeah? Let's move on. Okay, question 14. Question 14, pie chart. Answer is number 2. Okay, answer number 2. How to get number 2? Now, pie chart 100% represent the whole pie. The pie chart shows how Richard spent the allowance. He spent the same money on stationery, books, and clothes. Now, what happened if you see something like same money on this and this and this? Then, ta, put units, right? Use units to represent same amounts of money. And the stationery and food is 50%. 50% mean, okay, good, all right. Then do you realize something? Do you realize that it can be actually quite easy? Because do you know that this is actually 1/4? If this is 1/4, the other side must be 1/4, right? 1/4, 1/4, then the transport must be 2 units. And then half is how many units? Half is 4 units. Then the other half must also be 4 units. Then the food must be 3 units. Okay, Aubrey, can you don't rub the screen because it's headache. We still got headache. Okay. All right. So your food is 3 units. Now can you get the fraction? So what fraction of the allowance, which is all the money, was spent on books? So books is how many? 1 unit. So 1 over 8. So I actually use units to get the answer. Ah, see? So that's how you do. Got it? Do you get answer number 2? Mm. Okay, let's move on. But did I do any percentage here? Well, I didn't really use any percentage lah. I used the units to get the answer. So that's also possible. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Question 15. Question 15, I hope you got this. You know how to do this. How many more cubes are needed to fill the box? Inside already got 6 cubes already. You will need to go and find how many cubes can fill the box. what is the maximum cubes that can fill the box? And this is a square base. So this side we don't know how many cubes, but this side, do we know how many? One, two, three, four. So there are four cubes here, four cubes here, then the height must be three. So in total, how many cubes can you fill the box? 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 3, 48. So you can have 48 cubes to fill the box. There are already 6. So how many more can you fill the box? 42. You can put in another 42. So the answer is number 1. Okay, Billy, do you get the answer correct? Okay, so many of the questions here, many of them, they are repeated. Even though they are not exactly the same question, but they are repeated. If you do a lot of paper one, you'll see that they are quite similar. Okay, Jared, what happened to your video? Can you turn on the video? Okay, question 16. Right, question 16, your open-ended. Your answer is 2 and 21 over 40. Okay, no calculator, not supposed to use calculator. So you will have to make the denominator the same. So 8 times 5, 1 times 5, 5 times 8, 3 times 8. Okay? Then how? Wow, then what do you do? Then add these two together first. 3 and 5 over 40 minus 24 over 40, and you are stuck because you don't know how to minus. So lesson here, borrow one whole, you have two wholes left. And then what happened when you borrow one whole? One whole becomes 40 over 40 plus 5 over 40, or 40 plus 5, you get 45 out of 40. When you borrow plus 40 plus 5, so it becomes 45 over 40. Then you minus 24 over 40. So 2 minus nothing is still 2. 45 minus 24 is 21 over 40. And make sure it's in the simplest form. Okay? And how do you simplest form? Divide by 2. Cannot divide by 2, divide by 3. Then divide by 5. Okay, question 17. Okay, clear? Okay, let's go to question 17. Answer will be 2 kilogram and 400 grams. And you need to count the lines. All right, in your bar graph, line graph, when you see something like that, you need to count the lines. This is 0, don't count. Count the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 units. Similar to your bar graph and your line graph, you have to count the units. That is until 1 kg, which is 1000 gram. So 1 unit will be how many? Divide by 10. 1000 divided by 10, 100 grams. Okay, start counting. 100, 200, 300, 400. So the needle has crossed 2 kg already. So 2 kg and 400 grams. Okay, 1 mark question must do well lah. It's too simple to make mistake. Okay, question 18. How long is a shop open? So from 9:45 a.m. to 4 p.m. So you may want to draw a timeline. 9:45 a.m. until 4 p.m. So you may want to jump to the nearest hour, and that will be 10 o'clock. And then from 10 o'clock to 4 p.m., that will be how many hours? 6 hours. Use your fingers to count, right? 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hours. So, yeah, Ruvel, what do you say, Ruvel? Your question what?
17.
Question 17. Yeah, why? Any mistake with question 17?
Okay.
Okay, you're copying.
No.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's go on. Okay, so you jump, timeline, jump. So you have 6 hours and 15 minutes. Okay, and that's how you get the answer, right? Okay, now question 19. Speed again. Ken walked from his house to the library, which was 0.5 kilometers away. That's the distance. His walking speed was 20 meters per minute. That's a speed. How long? Time. So can you find the time? So you look at your triangle, and then distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. To find time, you must take distance divided by speed. All right, now, okay, now this part, Miss Long worries when you do like that. When you do like that, and then you can get the answer, and then it's wrong. Why? Because if you put down the unit, you will realize something. You cannot divide. The units are not the same. That's why Mr. Tong keep telling you that you must put the units there so that you won't get careless. So you have to change the kilometer to follow the speed. So what to change into what? Right, when you do speed problem, what do we change to what? We look at the speed and follow what is given in the speed. So meters per minute, right? Then you must change the kilometer to follow what is in the speed, which is meters. So 0.5 kilometer is 500 meters. Then divide by 20 meters per minute. And then how to divide without calculator? Cancel the zero. 50 divided by 2, you get 25 minutes. And that's your answer. Did anyone got mistake for this one? Who got mistake? If you got mistake means you didn't either you use the formula wrongly, you didn't change the kilometer to meter. So these are your mistakes. Okay. All right. Let's go to question 20. Question 20, Mrs. Tan deposited a sum of $15,000, which is actually your 100%. Okay. And your 100% is the money at first. No calculator, you have to find 1%. And quite easy to find 1%. So you cancel 20, cancel 20, that is 1% already, which is $150. Then the bank offer interest rate of 1.5%. How much will she have in the bank after 1 year? Then you tell Mr. Ong how to find 1.5%. No calculator, how to find. Then your mind must twist a bit. Think a different way. How about you find 0.5% first? Then you divide by 2, right? So 1 divided by 2 becomes 0.5. The other side also divide by 2. You will get $75. Then after that, what do you do? Can you find what is 1.5% already? You add the money together. Add 150, add 75. That will give you the interest. So that's how you get the interest. And then if you are not careful, you put down this as the answer. Who put this as the answer? And you're asked to find how much altogether after 1 year. So you must take 15,000 plus the interest, and that's how you get the total money after 1 year, which is $15,225. Okay? Not hard, lah. The only way you make mistakes because you're careless, you didn't see carefully, you okay, yeah. Okay, question 31. Now let's go to the 2 mark question. Okay, so the first paper one they are doing, I would say is neither hard or easy, so it's quite normal. So question 31, it can be hard, but the answer is 42 cm square. How to get 42 cm square? Okay, now you can cut away this part. Cut away this part, then what will happen? Then you will see something like this. Okay, something like this. Okay. There are two pieces, two separate pieces. And then what do? You combine them together, join them together, it will become a shorter rectangle, which is totally shaded. So when you join them together, it becomes a rectangle, shorter rectangle. And how short is the rectangle now? 21 minus 3. So it will become 18 cm long. And the breadth is still the same. So how are you going to find the shaded part? Oh, sorry, the answer is not 42. What is the shaded part? What's the shaded area? Just take 18 times 14 to get the shaded part. So 18 times 14, do your working, and your answer will be 252 cm square. Okay, what Mr. has given you the answer just now is the unshaded part. Okay, if you want to find the unshaded part, then 42 will be the answer. But you want to find the shaded part. So answer 252. Okay, all right, let's go on to question 22. Okay, Travis, any question, Travis? Okay, did I record the lesson? Hang on for a while first. Okay, Mr. recorded the lesson. Okay, let's go to question 22. In the figure, how many more squares must you color so that the ratio of the unshaded to the total square is 1:5? Okay, what's the answer first? 16. Okay, how you get 16? Now you want the unshaded to the total square 1:5. Okay, so let's put down the total 1:5. Okay, do you think the total square is only 5? They are altogether 25 squares. So you will need to make the total 25. So then you times 5. That tells you that there must only be 5 unshaded. You only want 5 unshaded. So you reserve, okay, reserve these 5 unshaded. And then the rest of the square, color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So all the 16 squares, you will have to color them. And when you color them, what will happen? Then it will become 1 is to 5 already. Okay, the unshaded will become 1 is to 5. Are you clear, Billing? Understand, Billing? Okay, do you get the answer correct, Billing? Okay. All right, let's go to question 23. Question 23. Susan woke up this morning at 06:20. What time did she go to sleep last night? If she had slept 7 hours 40 minutes and right in 24-hour clock. Answer 22:40. Okay. Right. So anyone get this answer wrong? Anybody? No? Okay. How do you get the time? You timeline. 06:20. Oh, hook up. Make sure you put the right time at the right place. This is the ending time. So you want to find what time she wake up. So you have to jump back 7 hours, 40 minutes. How to jump back 7 hours, 40 minutes? You can actually jump back to the start of the day. Zeros. Oh, jump back to the nearest hour. Okay, we should jump back to the nearest hour. So what's the nearest hour? 0600. Jump back to nearest hour. When you draw timeline, it's about nearest hour. So when you jump back 20 minutes, that'll be 0600. Then you can also jump back to the start of a new day. 0000. And how many hours do you jump back? Minus 6 hours. Then you need to jump back another hour because 7 hours, right? So you need to jump back another hour. And what time would that be? Now, if you're confused, the zero is actually like 24. Okay, 24. So 24 minus 1 hour. Okay, 24 minus 1 hour, you will get 23. 2300. So the 0000 is like a 24. So when you jump back 1 hour, you minus 1 hour become 2300. And then you need to jump back another how many more minutes? You already jumped 20 minutes already. So you need to jump another 20 more minutes. And then how to minus? The 00 here, look carefully. That just now was the hour, then minutes. Okay, so where is the hour? Where's the minute? The 23 is the hour, the 00 is the minute. The 00 is 60 minutes. 60 minutes. So 60 minus 20, you will get 40 minutes left. And then the 23, no more 23 already. When you go back in time, that will become 22. Right, 23 go backwards will be 22. So what time do you start sleeping? 22:40. Got it? So your 24-hour clock, you must know where are the hours. The hours is here, and where are the minutes. Okay? Got it? All right, Chavez, are you okay, Chavez? Okay, all right, let's move on to question 24. Okay, question 24, your answer will be $54. Okay, $54. And let's see how to get. She went to Mrs. Ong went to the store to buy 20 bottles. What was the least money she could have spent on 20 bottles? So you will need to buy groups, buy the bunches, or buy the 6 bottles in a group. Then you will spend less money. 6 bottles, another 6 bottles. So how much is 6 bottle? 16, 16, and then 16. And then you still have to buy another 1 bottle and 1 bottle. So add together will be 20 bottles already. So 1 bottle is $3, $3. Then you add all this money together. That will give you how much? $54 in total. Okay, now this paper one, you have a good chance to get very high marks. So, so hopefully you get very high marks and not below 30. Below 30, then you must revise your mistakes already. Okay, question 25. PSLE question. Question 25. Okay, so James, okay, what's the answer first? The answer is 12. Do you get 12? Okay, how to get 12? Now, James used rectangular cards, each measuring 6 cm by 8 cm to form a square. It has to be a square, so you take all the cards to form a square. And square has all equal side. So can you, oh, find the area of the square. Sorry, not 12. Who said 12? Who has 12? 12 is not the answer. If you put 12, then you never read carefully like Mr. Ong. Find the area of the square, not how many cards you need. Not how many cards. You put 12, that is how many cards you need to use. Okay, but we want area. So the answer is not 12. You will see the answer later. Okay, so how to get how many cards to form the square? And you need the least number of rectangular cards. Okay, you will have to go and find the multiple of 6 and 8 because a square has equal number on every side. So 16 cannot divide by 6, 24 can divide by 6. So that tells you that every side of the square must be 24 cm. Okay.
Wait, can I see question 24 again?
Okay. 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 Maybe Travis, let's go through this one first. Okay. Later, then we come back. We come back to 24 later. All right. Okay. So how many cards can you cut from this cardboard? If the square has 24 cm on every side, then very simple. Just cut into six, for example, 24 divided by 6. 24 divided by 6, so you have 4 rows. And then 24 at the bottom, divide by 8, you will get 3 columns. So this is your 8, 8, 8. Okay? And then what is the area of the square? So you need 12 cards, 12 cards to get the answer, 12 cards. And then what's the area of this square? Well, then you take 24 times 24. So 24 times 24, your answer will be what? So 24 times 24, you get the area, which is 576. So now do you get 576 cm square? Is that your answer ready? Hmm? Nobody? Nobody get 576. That is the area of the square if you use the least number of cards. And the least number of cards is 12 squares, 12 cards. And then you form the square already, go and find the area. So area of the square is 24 times 24, 576. Or did anybody put down 12? Do you put 12? Okay, you put 12, right? But Mr. will say, okay, not bad, still can, but just that it's not the answer you want. You want the area, the area of the square. Okay? And this is a PSLE question. All right, got it? Shirley, any question? Do you get 12 or do you get 576? Okay, but now you know how to do already. So it's about finding common multiple. Okay, Travis, we're going to go back to that question for you to take a look quickly. Okay, anyone need to copy down question 25? No, then we go backwards. Okay, now Travis, quickly take a good look and then copy down. Okay, done. Okay, Travis, quick, quick, quick. Okay, Jacob. Good, Jacob. Okay, let's go on. Okay, question 26, algebra. Algebra PSLE question again. All right, this is a PSLE. And so find the area of the whole figure, which is your ACDF. So how do you do that? Quite easy. The unshaded part is 4 times y, which is 4y. So what's the area of the whole rectangle? Then you just add the total area. 4y plus 6 plus 5y. So 4y plus 5y will be 9y plus 6. And don't add any more because they are different, not the same. So your answer will be 9y plus 6 centimeter square. Okay, that's your answer. Very easy. So this is a PSLE question. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, question number 27. What's the answer? Question 27, your answer is 36.48 centimeter square. Okay, how to do this? I think you have seen before already. Use your takeaway method. Find the semicircle area minus away the triangle. So what's the semicircle area? Half times pi r square, which is 8 times 8. So diameter is 16. So the radius is 8. And also, you may want to put down the formula first before you do your solving. Okay, let's do the solving. 2 divided by 2, 8 divided by 2, and then you have 3.14 times 8 times 4. 4 times 8, 32. Okay, how to do this working? No calculator. How to do this working? So this one, no shortcut. You may have to do thumb table. Okay, now ignore the decimal point. Right? Don't care the decimal point. just multiply as normal. 4 times 2, 1 times 2, 3 times 2, like primary 4, right? Multiply two-digit number. Then put a 0 below. Then 4 times 3. So now you look at the here. 4 times 3 will be 12, carry 1. Then 1 times 3 will be 3. Then plus 1, you get 4. And then 3 times 3 will be 9, and then plus them together like primary 4. Primary 4, you did something similar. 8 plus 0, 2 plus 2, 6 plus 4, 10. Then you get 10 again. And then one more thing. This is a two decimal number, two decimal place. So your final answer, just make it also two decimal. And that's how you get your the area of the semicircle. So 100.48. Okay, so how do you do this kind of working? You just multiply as normal, and then if this is a two decimal answer, I mean two decimal number, then your final answer will also be two decimal. Okay, all right, then go and find the triangle area. And there's a shortcut to find the triangle area. Do you realize that these two triangles can form a square? You realize that? So if I were to take the two triangles and form them together, that would be a square already. So 8 times 8, no need to even half times base times height because the two triangles become a square. Then after that, take away method 100.48 minus 64.00. And then do working, all right, no calculator, and you will get 36.48 centimeter square, which is the shaded part. Okay? Okay, done? Any question? Gonna move on to next one already, yeah? Okay, so question number 28. Now, question 28, the base area of the rectangular tank is 40 meters square. So go and put 40 meters square. If you see pictures, you must put numbers on the picture. The tank contains 504 meter cube when it is 70% filled. So that tells you 70% is 504. Then can you find what is the height? Well, if there's a 70%, then find 1%. So how do you find 1%? So you take 504 divided by 70. So you divide by 70, what do you get? You have to do some guess and check. What times 70 equal 504? 70 times 7 will be 490. And then continue minus 4. Then 0 cannot minus 9, borrow, you get 1, and 5 become 4. So you have 14, right? That's a remainder. How to continue? Add a point 0, put the 0 down, and then raise up the decimal point. And then what times 70 is 140. 2 times 70 is 140. And that's how you get 7.2. 7.2. Do you know how to divide to get decimal? Okay, okay, Mister, I'll show you one more time, because I don't know whether you caught it or not. 504 divided by 70, okay, is a divide by two-digit number. So how to divide? You have to do some guess and check. What times 70 equal 504? 7. All right, 6 times 70, too small. Then go bigger. 7 times 70, 490. And then you minus, you get 14, right? Then just change the whole number to a decimal. Okay, continue to divide. And then raise out decimal point, put the 0 down. What times 70? 140? 2 times 70. Okay, that's what you get. Then, how do you find the height of the tank? To find the height of the tank, you must know 100%. 100% is the whole tank. And then you must take 7.2 times 100, and you will need to shift your decimal point to the right 2 times 1 and 2. Okay, so you see an empty basket. Put a 0 in the empty basket, arrowhead, decimal point, 0 behind. 720.0. That is the volume of the whole tank. Okay, if the volume of the whole tank is 720 meter cube, can we find the height? And then you get stuck. You get stuck because you don't know how to find the height. But write your formula. Length times breadth times height equal volume. Write your formula. And what is your length times breadth? Isn't that your area? And what's the area? 40. And what's the height? Don't know. What's the volume? 720. And then can you divide? 720 divided by 40. So you go and divide, cancel the 0, 72 divided by 4. That's how you get 18. So the height of the tank is 18 meter. Be careful, not centimeter, 18 meter. So make sure that you don't always think that it's centimeter. Sometimes it can be meter cube. or meters. Okay? Bailing got the answer correct? Okay. Aubrey, did you get the answer correct, Aubrey? Without using calculator. Make sure you're not using calculator. Okay, let's go to question 29. Coming to the end soon already. Now, fraction means model. And this one, I hope you also know how to
No,
do. Yeah, Jacob?
I'm not done.
Oh, okay, come. We'll wait for you. Okay, Jared, any mistakes so far, Jared? No mistake. Who has no mistake so far? None. Zero mistake. Only Jared got no mistake. Okay. Okay, Jacob done? Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, when Anne spent one fifth of her money and Henry spent two-thirds of his money, they had equal money left. And if you are going to draw a model, there's something equal to something. Then what do you need to have in your model? Dotted line. So how do we draw the model? Anne has five boxes, cut five boxes. And when Anne spent one fifth, so go and cut one fifth. This is the money gone. And this is the money left. And how come it now has a dotted line? Because there's something equal to something. And what is that something? The money they have left is equal. So now can we draw Henry's money left? So Henry got how much left? Henry spent two-thirds. Then he must have one-third left. See? That's how you draw the model. Henry has one-third left. Then you must draw another two boxes because he spent two-thirds and now he got one-third left. So do you understand how to draw this simple model? Ah, and then what do you do next? You will have to cut the boxes, make them the same. So let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So every big box is 4 units. So express the money N has at first, which is 5. N got 5 units as a fraction of the money Henry had at first, which is 12 units. Henry got 12 units, right? And got 5 units at first. And then Henry got 12 units at first. So express the money and had as a fraction of Henry's money. So answer 5 over 12. Mm. Okay, who get it? Who get this correct? This is quite easy. Quite easy. If you draw the model, you get it wrong, then is it because you didn't draw model or what? Okay. Okay, yes, Chavez.
No, no, like I'm just telling you that I got this correct.
Oh, you got this correct. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I think not many people get this correct, but it's supposed to be quite easy. Okay, let's go to the last one already. Question 30. Oh, today is a bit early. We managed to finish. I think not many hard questions. Only a few hard questions only. Okay, so let's look at the last one. Okay, question 30. Okay, question 30. Gerald, where are you? Where's your head? Miss Song can't see your head. Your head is gone. Okay, now okay, last one. Now there's an equilateral triangle and ACB is 24 degree. What is BCX? So you need to put the question mark there. All right, now when you see a paper being folded, just remember there is a line of symmetry. So when you fold a paper and you unfold it, the two triangles will look the same. The two small triangles that you see, this triangle and this triangle will be exactly the same. So which tells you what? Tells you that this question mark and this question mark will be the same. All right, so can we find it, the question mark? Yes. It's an equilateral triangle, 60. So here also 60. And then this whole angle here also 60. So 60 minus 24. And then what do you get? You will get the 36. And then you need to divide by 2. So 36 divided by 2, you will get 18. So your question mark is 18 and 18. So answer 18 degrees. Okay. All right. Now we still have about 5 minutes of time, but Mister want to know how many marks you get. Okay, how many marks you get for this paper one? So can you calculate your marks? Calculate your marks, and then I want you to check, send your message to me, type your check, the check box, and then you send to me how many marks you get upon 45.
Teacher, if I get 12
for question 25 is counted as wrong, right?
Yes, if you get for question 25, if you get 12, you will get okay, if you get 12, for those who get 12 for question 25, give yourself 1 mark. 1 mark. Okay, 1 mark because it's part of the answers. Okay, question 25, 1 mark. Okay, once you're ready, you can send in your messages. Okay, hang on for a while. Miss Tong need
The chat
to
disabled.
cannot let me see I need to I disable the chat. Okay, come. You can send in now. Yeah, you can send your chat message. Okay. Okay, Travis, well done. Good. Okay, but it doesn't matter if you get not so high, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you know your mistakes. And Brandon didn't do it. Okay, yeah, understand. Okay, Gerald, okay. If you get 40 plus, I think I think that's something that is that's very good because the paper is also not very hard. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. Good. And uh okay, Ruel, okay, Charlene, okay. Who else did not show me? Jacob. Oh, Jacob. Okay, Jacob. Still not so bad, Jacob. Yeah, just have to watch out for your mistakes. Right? Make sure you revise your mistakes. Okay, I think everybody has given, right? Okay, good. How about Xiao Le? How about you? Okay, as you find that the paper one is quite easy, or maybe some of you find it quite easy. Now paper two will be challenging. Okay, when you do your PSLE, okay, Mr. must tell you something. Okay, because we still got some time. Now, usually the paper one in the PSLE is easy, a bit easier. Paper two is usually harder, but sometimes, all right, already happened before. Paper one will be very hard sometimes. Then paper two quite normal, quite easy. Not very easy, but not very hard. It can happen also. Your paper one can be very hard, but usually the paper one is easier. Then also you need to understand one more thing. Now, when you do your paper two, especially paper two, now don't think that your first question will be easy. Sometimes when you open the pages in paper two, the first question is hard already. It's a hard question. So, so if you get stuck in the first question, never mind, just move on. And don't think that the last few questions are very hard because the 5 mark question sometimes can also be quite normal, quite easy. All right. So, and then when you do your paper two, now it doesn't mean that if your teacher tell you or somebody tell you that paper two, you always start with the easy question, then get hard, 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 then become harder, harder, harder. Then question 17 is the hardest. No, it's not like that. Not like that. Now, paper two, you do your exam, your maybe the first few questions is easy, then later hard, then later easy again, then later medium, then later easy again, and then later hard again. So it's very you don't know what kind of questions you're getting. Yeah, so it's not from easy to hard in the paper two. So there is a lot of easy, hard, medium, easy, hard. You never know what is it. Okay, so just be mentally prepared for for all kinds of questions to come out in the exams. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Jiala, you given me already? Okay, I think. Okay, for Billy, must revise. Got to revise on the mistakes. Okay, because then you won't repeat the same mistakes. Okay, all right. So Jiala still counting. Okay, let's say for Jiala, last person already.
Teacher, I sent it
Oh,
already.
you sent already. How come Mr. cannot find? Okay. Okay lah. I think Mr. will get find later. Okay, but I think all of you have done well. Just remember, revise your mistake. Okay, because many times we don't do well is because you don't go and look at the mistake and revise, and you repeat the same mistakes. All right, so go and revise so that you make new mistakes, and then you will do better. Okay, next paper one is given out to you already for those in my class. For those not in my class, you will get the paper one very soon. Okay, so next Monday will be the set C, and I think the set C is a little harder. All right, so make sure you have time to do the set C before you come on Monday lesson. All right, okay, any questions before we end the paper one tonight? Okay, no questions, then I'll see you the next Monday. All right, so goodbye, everybody. Have a good rest. I'll see you the next week. Yeah, bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye
Bye.
bye. Okay, bye everybody. Bye Jacob. See you on Thursday. And bye Aubrey. And bye Brandon. And bye Xiala. Okay, see you
Bye.
on Saturday. Okay, bye bye.